Hey, Billy back here to do some WrestleMania predictions. So, we have the Battle Royals on the kickoff show every year. I think this year it'll be Lacey Evans and Rusev getting the wins, and they will go on to do nothing from that win, probably, sadly. For the Tag Team Championships, the Revival, if they're champions, take on Braun Strowman and Lars Sullivan, a returning Lars Sullivan in a tag match, and Braun and Lars would just destroy. Alright, Randy Orton would have an open challenge because so far, Rock, Cena, nobody wants to face him. So you could have somebody from NXT or a surprise return come out and beat him in a match. I would like to see Velveteen Dream take this spot. Next up, CM Punk returning to face Seth Rollins. Now that would be a matchup. You could have, Seth be out there Royal Rumble, and he ends up basically his song comes on, but he doesn't come out. Seth gets eliminated from the song, and then he calls out Punk, and Punk finally admits that he was behind it. You could have Punk beat him. Fans would go nuts. Shinsuke Nakamura is looking to defend his Intercontinental title against somebody. I give that spot to a returning John Morrison, with him going over, beating Shinsuke, and getting the Intercontinental title. Rey Mysterio is the United States champion. I would have him defend and lose to Andrade. Undertaker versus Drew McIntyre. Undertaker would go out with the win, but he would make Drew McIntyre look good doing it, and then you put that rocket on Drew McIntyre and you take him to the moon, because if you're going to bring him back, what's the point if you don't give him that championship victory, So I think Undertaker needs to come back, beat Drew, and maybe see you later kind of thing. SmackDown Women's Championship, Bayley would be defending against Sasha Banks. You could have Sasha win a chamber and have her beat Bayley. Next up would be Becky Lynch defending against the Women's Royal Rumble winner, Shayna Baszler. And, at this point, Becky would have had the title for a year. I think Shayna goes over, and you bring her to the main roster, have her drop the NXT Women's Championship, and let that go as a match earlier. WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar would defend against the Royal Rumble winner, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is the authority role. You could have him go over here with the championship win. And then, of course, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, would defend against Roman Reigns. And Roman would finally be the one to take out Bray. He hasn't had a championship in a while, WWE championship in a while. And Roman could win. Also, they need to come up with something for Daniel Bryan based on kind of what they're doing. Actually, you know what? I take back what I said. You could have the Revival defend against Daniel Bryan and The Miz, and have two rivals put aside their differences to win the tag titles. But that's my predicted card. Maybe it'll be better, maybe it'll be worse, who knows? But that is kind of the direction I could see it going. But of course, it probably won't go that way because there's tons of options here. Yeah, we'll see what happens this WrestleMania.